Hello, beautiful creatures. Welcome to Mercury Retrograde. So, this is a pretty intense retrograde. I do want to say that. And I know that Mercury Retrograde gets this whole heat and gets thrown around a lot as being like, real chaotic. So it sounds a little bit like, we know Mercury retrograde. It's wild. But this one is a little bit extra, I will say, because of all the other things happening with Mars, and the fact that Mercury is going retrograde in Scorpio. It's also making an opposition to Uranus, Scorpio's ruler. So there's just a lot of Scorpio energy happening, and Scorpio at one point before Uranus was discovered was ruled by Mars and was the shadow side of Mars. So it's always important when we're looking at Scorpio stuff to also kind of just check out what Mars is doing, and right now Mars is not in a good place, and it hasn't been all of 2020. Mars is making some pretty major squares to the planets in Capricorn. This energy has a lot of potential for bringing about sudden changes, and yes, because of Uranus they can be unexpected. However, I think that these are going to be changes that have been brewing under the surface for quite some time. So even though the way that maybe the changes happen or something around them is unexpected, the changes themselves are quite expected, and I think that there'll be changes that are beneficial in the long run, things that really need to happen. I think it'll be really important for us to stay calm. With the opposition to Uranus, Mercury retrograde on its own makes people frazzled. It really affects technology. It really affects mercurial things, right? So our communication and our day-to-day energy, which is why Mercury retrogrades have so much attention put on them, because Mercury is one of our closest planets and it does affect us a lot. It is a really fast-moving planet as well, so we do experience multiple retrogrades throughout the year. This opposition to Uranus is just going to make it even more of a frazzle, even more disorganized and confusing. So it's really important for us right now to calm and slow it down and welcome in that retrograde, pulling in and assessing from within energy. Great. I just want to do a tarot reading for this. I didn't want to do a whole lot. I gotta say, throughout the rest of the year, the energy is going to be pretty intense, and things are going to be picking up, so I'm just going to follow what the universe says in order to, relax and rest and restore. So we're going to get right into the tarot here and make this just like a short and sweet little viddy. Thank you, Spirit. Lots of messages coming through. Let's see what we've got. So right away I have the Magician, and yes, I really just feel as though, like I was saying, these changes that happen are things that we may have been actively cultivating for quite some time and not able to really put them into action. And then the universe is just like, okay, there you go. There it is. You wanted that to change, so now it's changed. And that doesn't always mean that it's easy. So we have some really beautiful energy coming in. And we're ending the reading out with the Fool. I really feel like this retrograde is, everything's been setting us up for the new world. I've been saying that in all of these videos, that everything is about to change and really flip in reverse, because it's a new time, and we are entering the age of Aquarius, and things are really moving into a more intellectual, more communal, more forward-thinking world. So we have the Four of Swords here, or the Four of Leaves. I'm using my Fairy Tarot. It's a really beautiful tarot deck. So we have the Four of Swords here, and the Magician, and the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Hearts. So oh my. The Four of Swords has this, there's this weird lonely aspect to the Four of Swords and the Magician. It's almost like we've been working so much on ourselves, and I'm getting this feeling like there's been a lot of loneliness in the collective, and a lot of feeling like, okay, I've like reorganized my home, I've reorganized my life, I've, you know, changed who I talk to, like, and I'm feeling like we're, you know, the collective is just feeling really tired of being alone. Which is understandable, right? We've been going through a lot in 2020, and a lot of it does have to do with COVID-19 and the fact that there has been a lot of isolating. So there's this energy of the collective just feeling like over it. Like really just over it. Like okay, we're like ready for the new world to start. Like, when is it gonna get better? Like, when is it gonna look better or any different than this? Because this is just not working. So, cultivating something new is definitely going to be a theme of the retrograde. New things coming in and looking at things from a new angle. We do have the Hanged Man here. And in this, you know, in the Fairy Tarot, this card is really interesting because it talks about how this is what the fairies do to other fairies who have been bad. They hang them by their feet and force them to think about what they've done as they hang upside down. And we have this, like, puddle under him. It's almost like all of his tears and emotions have, like, puddled underneath him. And there's a broken knife here. It's almost like we feel a little bit like we're being punished for something that we've done in the past. It's with Mercury Retrograde in Scorpio opposing Uranus. There's definitely a potential here that things that you have overlooked in the past come back to bite you, so to speak. Things that you have skipped over or like half-assed or like just like didn't do as well as you could have will definitely be coming back to bite you in the ass now. However, you know, it could also just be like this shift in perspective, like this need to look at something in a different way in order to succeed and find newness. We do then have the Queen of Hearts, so the Queen of Cups. There's energy here that is asking you to be soft with yourself, asking you to be soft with others, to take your time and be patient, because then what we have coming in is all really great. Let me just, we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Hearts, so the Ten of Cups, the Emperor, and the Fool. So there's energy here really of just like stepping into our own power and stepping into our own abundance. And maybe perhaps the shift in thinking is this whole thinking and feeling that we're alone, this individualism that America has been struggling with, America especially, because I'm in America, so that's what I'm going to talk about, has been really being challenged with individualism through all of 2020. And it has been very clear that our intense push for individualism, it has pushed us to forget about the collective, to forget about each other, to forget how to care for the community. And perhaps that if we stop, thinking me, and start shifting into this we energy and the collective energy, that there's potential here for like really beautiful things to come in. And maybe it's just the fact that we see that we as a collective already have all of the things that we need, and we've already cultivated all of the good progress. We just have to start working together, and we just have to start working more in that age of Aquarius, Aquarian, Uranian way. So thinking about the all, the many, instead of just me. So I think that this retrograde is really going to challenge us to have patience and challenge us to slow down when we communicate with other people, and to see that we really do have all of the things, we're really not as alone as we feel like we are. And we are being given the ability right now to create a better life for ourselves. We just have to step into our power and step into that new world. I love you all very much. I hope you all have a really gorgeous Mercury retrograde. I'm definitely going to be doing a live on it as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Love you all. Have a great night.